So Tulsi Gabbard has faced extraordinary criticism over the past few days. Almost looks like an attempt to get her out of the race before the race even starts. But these run the gamut between homophobia, her relationship with Modi, and supposedly some endorsement of torture. So yes, not necessarily the most flattering of comments or things to hit somebody with, particularly from the standpoint of the left. My position on Tulsi has been, I kind of want to hear her talk. I want to hear her respond to these comments. I want to hear her respond to the torture. I want to hear her respond to all of this stuff. And she's just gotten the race, and you barely heard anything from her. So, you know, I don't take a position on Tulsi until I hear more from her. But that said, speaking of hearing more from her, she does respond to the homophobic comments. And in fact, something came up on Tulsi Gabbard's Instagram page about 3 hours ago. So I'm going to show this video because, like I said, I want to hear her talk. I want to hear her point of view on this stuff. Yeah, I don't want to jump to the conclusion based on sound bites or clips. So let's hear her respond to the homophobia stuff. And you're probably going to see a few of these videos, seeing as she's being hit with a lot of stuff right off the bat. Hitting her in the knees before she even gets off the ground.
Aloha. In my past, I said and believed things that were wrong. And worse, they were very hurtful to people in the LGBTQ community and to their loved ones. Many years ago, I apologized for my words and, more importantly, for the negative impact that they had. I sincerely repeat my apology today. I'm deeply sorry for having said them. My views have changed significantly since then, and my record in Congress over the last 6 years reflects what is in my heart: a strong and ongoing commitment to fighting for LGBTQ rights. Now, I know that LGBTQ people still struggle. They're still facing discrimination, still facing abuse, and still fear that hard-won rights are going to be taken away by people who hold views like I used to. That cannot happen. Aloha. In my past, I said and believed.
A little scripted, but I mean, I would imagine in a situation like this, you probably want to be as precise as possible. I've done the video on the Tulsi Gabbard thing on this particular point, the homophobia stuff. Like I said, it was aggressive homophobia. It's kind of hard to read. You wouldn't necessarily associate it with her. But that said, Tulsi Gabbard, she straddles the line on this stuff. And to be honest, I think that's why some people actually like her for that. But that said, Tulsi Gabbard responds to the homophobia comment saying that's not who I am, saying she essentially has evolved on a particular issue and she will fight for LGBT causes. So it's up to you whether you believe her or not. There's one catch with this though. In some of the other editorials, she didn't necessarily repudiate the stuff that took place, meaning the past beliefs. It became more of a I am not going to implement my beliefs on the rest of the civilization. In this case, it sounds like it's more of a those beliefs were wrong and I've moved on from those beliefs. This was a overt separation from past conduct. So that's the only difference I've seen in this one. All right, I'll leave this here. This one wasn't meant to be long. It was just I want to hear from her, and hence, let's hear from her. All right, guys. If you enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support the PayPal or Patreon. Thanks all.